Welcome to the channel. Get ready to explore one of the most astonishing and jaw-dropping stories in the world of rare coins, as today we uncover the incredible journey of the 1975 USA 1-cent coin, a coin whose face value is just a penny, but whose rarity and historical significance have skyrocketed its worth to an astonishing $104 million, making it one of the most valuable coins in history and a dream piece for collectors, investors, and numismatic enthusiasts worldwide. This coin is not just a piece of metal, it is a window into a unique moment in American minting history, and its story is filled with errors, mistakes, and anomalies that have made it a legend in the coin collecting world. The 1975 penny, produced during a period of transitional changes in the U.S. Mint, has several distinctive characteristics that set it apart from regular circulation coins. First, the most notable and headline-grabbing feature is the existence of a few experimental strikes that were either made on incorrect planchets or struck with misaligned dies. These rare minting errors created coins with variations so significant that they immediately captured the attention of collectors as soon as they were discovered. One of the most famous versions of the 1975 penny shows doubling effects, where the inscriptions on the coin appear to have been stamped twice due to die misalignment. This doubling creates a fascinating visual effect, giving the coin a three-dimensional appearance that is impossible to replicate, and coins with this specific error have been authenticated by top numismatic experts as genuine, further enhancing their value and desirability in the collector's market. Another critical aspect of the 1975 1-cent coin's immense value is the so-called off-metal strikes, where some coins were accidentally struck on bronze or copper-clad planchets that were not intended for standard circulation pennies. This type of anomaly makes the coin exceedingly rare because only a handful of such coins were ever produced. The combination of scarcity, historical significance, and visual appeal drives collectors to compete fiercely to acquire even a single specimen, adding to the astronomical valuation that reaches over $100 million. In addition, there are documented cases of double die obverse and double die reverse variations for the 1975 penny, which means the date, lettering, or design elements like Lincoln's profile or the wheat stalks were unintentionally duplicated during the striking process. These errors, while subtle at first glance, are unmistakable under magnification and are often the difference between an ordinary coin worth a few cents and a historic treasure worth millions. The 1975 penny also has a fascinating story tied to its mintage numbers and the experimental nature of the mint at that time. Due to budget constraints, changes in metal compositions, and the ongoing testing of new minting techniques, only a small batch of coins with unusual errors escaped detection, and these escaped coins are now the holy grail for coin collectors and auction houses, adding layers of intrigue and mystique to every sale and valuation report. Experts in the field emphasize that the coin's value is not only derived from its physical rarity, but also from the narrative it carries. Every scratch, doubling mark, or misaligned feature tells a story of a moment when precision faltered, yet history was made. For collectors, owning such a coin is like holding a piece of time, a tangible artifact of the experimentation and craftsmanship of the 1970s United States Mint, and the excitement in auctions is palpable as bidders from around the globe vie to claim ownership, driving the price ever higher, which explains how this humble penny, originally intended for everyday transactions, has achieved a status comparable to the world's most prestigious works of art or historic artifacts. The coin's remarkable valuation of $104 million is a testament to the rarity of minting errors, the intense demand in the collector community, and the broader fascination with U.S. history captured in miniature form. Furthermore, the 1975 penny is an exceptional educational tool for those learning about coin grading, mint errors, and the economics of rarity, as each aspect, from the metallic composition to the die strikes and planchet anomalies, offers lessons in numismatics and investment strategy. seasoned collectors often highlight the importance of authentication for such coins, as forgeries and reproductions exist, but when verified by professional grading services, a genuine 1975 penny with significant errors becomes a prized possession, commanding multi-million-dollar bids in private sales or auctions, and each auction generates headlines and excitement across numismatic publications and mainstream media, capturing the imagination of audiences far beyond traditional coin collectors. The allure of this coin is further magnified by its cultural significance, as it represents a period in American history marked by economic change, innovation in minting techniques, and the ongoing fascination with coins as both currency and collectible treasures. Historians and collectors alike marvel at how a coin worth 1 cent in 1975 can transform into a financial legend decades later. And this story inspires countless people to examine their own coin collections for hidden gems that could potentially be undervalued or overlooked. The 1975 penny also demonstrates the power of scarcity in driving market value, illustrating how limited production, unique minting conditions, and public interest converge to create extraordinary financial results. For those tracking numismatic trends, this coin is a prime example of why certain issues appreciate exponentially over time while others remain commonplace, and it teaches important lessons about patience, diligence, and attention to detail in coin collecting. Even casual observers are often stunned when they learn about the staggering $104 million valuation, which reinforces the idea that historical context, minting errors, and rarity can elevate a seemingly ordinary object into an extraordinary asset. Collectors and investors are not only fascinated by its market price, but also by the narrative that accompanies each individual coin, as provenance, previous ownership, and documented auction history further enhance desirability and value. The excitement surrounding this coin continues to grow as more enthusiasts enter the field of numismatics, inspired by stories of pennies transforming into multi-million-dollar treasures. This phenomenon has led to a surge in demand for expert grading, protective casing, and careful documentation to preserve both monetary and historical value. Moreover, the 1975 penny's fame has sparked wider public interest, with media outlets, online forums, and social media channels sharing the tale of how a coin with a face value of 1 cent could command over $100 million, encouraging a new generation to appreciate coins not just as currency but as artifacts of culture, history, and financial potential. And beyond the financial implications, owning such a coin offers a personal thrill, a connection to history, and a sense of participating in a global community of collectors who value uniqueness and legacy. The 1975 1-cent coin story also emphasizes the importance of meticulous observation, as spotting subtle errors like die cracks, misstrikes, or off-metal planchets can transform ordinary pennies into legendary collectibles. It's a reminder that attention to detail can literally pay off in life-changing ways. In conclusion, the 1975 USA 1-cent coin is a remarkable example of how rarity, error, history, and demand converge to create unprecedented value. A coin whose nominal face value is negligible yet whose collectible worth reaches a staggering $104 million, making it an iconic symbol in the world of numismatics, teaching collectors, investors, and enthusiasts alike about the interplay of scarcity, historical significance, and human fascination with extraordinary objects. This coin continues to inspire, captivate, and command record-breaking prices around the world, proving that sometimes the smallest things can hold the greatest treasures. And if you enjoyed this incredible journey into the history and value of the 1975 penny, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more amazing coin discoveries that will leave you amazed. Next, 1974 D1 cent USA coin. Get ready to dive into one of the most fascinating stories in U.S. coin history as we explore the incredible 1974 D1 cent, a coin that has stunned collectors and investors alike with its astonishing value of $89 million, a figure that seems almost unreal for a coin that originally circulated with just a face value of 1 cent. The story of this coin is not just about its monetary worth, but the extraordinary circumstances and errors that have elevated it into the rarest and most coveted pieces in numismatic history. To fully understand why the 1974 penny commands such a jaw-dropping price, we need to go back to the Denver Mint in 1974, a year in which the U.S. Mint was experimenting with new planchets and dies, trying to meet the enormous demand for pennies during a period of economic flux and high copper prices. The 1974 penny became an accidental masterpiece, not because of intentional design, but because of a series of subtle and glaring errors that occurred during the striking process, making it a collector's dream. Among the most significant of these errors is the off-center strike, where the design of Abraham Lincoln's profile and the reverse wheat lines were noticeably misaligned, creating a visual anomaly that immediately caught the attention of numismatists. Off-center strikes like these are rare, but what makes the 1974 penny extraordinary is the degree of the misalignment combined with the exceptional quality of the coin's surface, showing little wear despite its age. Another fascinating factor contributing to its massive value is the double die error present on some examples, where the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty," appear doubled due to a misalignment during the die preparation stage, an error that makes the coin incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors specializing in Lincoln cents. In addition to the double die and off-center strike, some coins from this batch also exhibit repunchment marks, particularly the D for Denver, which adds another layer of rarity and intrigue, as only a handful of pennies with this specific error combination exist today. The copper composition of the 1974 penny adds to its appeal, as slight variations in the copper zinc alloy used that year resulted in subtle differences in color and weight, providing experts with clues about the coin's origin and minting anomalies, making it a topic of endless study and debate in the numismatic community. Beyond these technical mistakes, the historical context of the 1974 penny amplifies its allure, as the 1970s were a turbulent economic period marked by inflation and metal shortages, which led the mint to be meticulous yet occasionally rushed in production, inadvertently creating coins with extraordinary errors. Collectors are particularly fascinated by the way these pennies have survived in near-perfect condition, with many showing original luster and sharp details despite being over 4 decades old, which is incredibly rare for coins that were intended for everyday circulation. The rarity of surviving specimens, especially those with a combination of off-center strike, double die, and repunchment marks, has driven the astronomical value, as only a few coins with these attributes have ever been verified and authenticated by professional grading services. Moreover, the story of provenance for some of these pennies adds an almost legendary aura, with reports of coins being discovered in forgotten rolls, old cash registers, and even private collections where the owners were unaware of the coin's significance until experts identified the unique errors. The 1974 penny has also captured the imagination of investors who recognized that coins with such an extraordinary combination of rarity, error, and historical significance are not just collectibles, but long-term assets with the potential for dramatic appreciation, making it one of the most talked-about coins in both numismatic circles and investment forums. Auction records show that when these pennies do appear on the market, the bidding becomes intense, with collectors competing fiercely for the chance to own a piece of history that exemplifies the intersection of chance, craftsmanship, and economic conditions that only a small fraction of coins ever achieve. Beyond the market value, the 1974 penny serves as a teaching point for coin enthusiasts about the minting process, demonstrating how even small deviations during die preparation or striking can result in one of the most valuable coins in existence, inspiring both new collectors and seasoned experts to scrutinize coins more carefully for subtle anomalies. The coin's allure is further enhanced by its status as a cultural artifact, representing the everyday currency of a generation while simultaneously embodying a remarkable deviation that turned it into a treasure, bridging the ordinary and extraordinary in a single copper disc. Collectors also appreciate the aesthetic appeal of the coin, as the misalignments and doubling create a visual texture that is both unusual and captivating, making it not only a monetary prize, but also an object of artistic curiosity. The 1974 penny's story underscores the unpredictable nature of coin collecting, where a mundane, mass-produced item can, under rare conditions, transform into a record-breaking collector's item worth tens of millions, a reminder that history, chance, and human error can combine to create something truly exceptional. In the world of numismatics, few coins inspire the same level of awe and excitement as the 1974 penny, and it serves as a benchmark for error coins, guiding collectors in evaluating rarity, grading, and potential value, while fueling a sense of wonder about the incredible stories behind everyday objects. Its value is not just in dollars, but in the narrative it carries, illustrating how meticulous observation, historical knowledge, and a bit of luck can uncover treasures that transcend ordinary expectations, offering a thrilling journey for anyone fascinated by coins, history, and the quirks of production. As experts continue to discover and verify new specimens, the legend of the 1974 penny only grows, with each coin telling a story of its journey from a standard minting operation to a coveted collector's item, symbolizing the delicate balance between human craftsmanship and the inevitability of errors that sometimes create extraordinary results. The $89 million valuation, while staggering, reflects not just scarcity but the combination of high-quality preservation, multiple error types, and historical significance, making it arguably one of the most valuable and desirable 1-cent coins ever produced. Enthusiasts often debate the various contributing factors to its high price, from the off-center strikes to doubled dies, repunchment marks, and alloy variations, all of which are meticulously cataloged and studied, highlighting how even subtle deviations can have massive implications in the numismatic world. The excitement surrounding the 1974 penny is further amplified by its rarity relative to the enormous number of pennies minted annually, demonstrating that only a handful of coins manage to survive with these exceptional characteristics intact, and those that do often become legends in coin collecting communities. Owning a 1974 penny, even in theory, is akin to holding a tangible piece of history, a coin that embodies the chance occurrences and production anomalies that collectors dream of finding, making it a perfect example of how everyday objects can transform into monumental artifacts under the right conditions. The ongoing fascination with the 1974 penny also drives educational opportunities, with coin clubs, numismatic societies, and online forums dissecting its errors, comparing specimens, and debating grading and valuation, all of which contribute to the coin's mystique and enduring legacy. Ultimately, the 1974 1-cent coin is more than just a rare penny. It is a symbol of the unpredictable intersection of human effort, manufacturing quirks, and historical context, reminding collectors and enthusiasts alike that sometimes the smallest items can hold the greatest value, and that in the world of coins, an ordinary piece can become a once-in-a-lifetime treasure worth millions, inspiring awe, study, and the endless pursuit of numismatic excellence, encouraging everyone who loves coins to look a little closer at the pennies in their pocket, because among them could lie the next legendary 1974 a 1-cent coin whose story and worth are nothing short of extraordinary, demonstrating that in coin collecting, history is literally in your hands, and the possibility of uncovering a fortune is always just one coin away, making this penny not just an object of collection, but a testament to the unpredictable, thrilling, and immensely rewarding world of numismatics, where every detail counts, every error matters, and every discovery can change the way we value history, culture, and the seemingly ordinary money we use every day, culminating in a story of the 1974 D1 cent that is as compelling as it is valuable, reminding collectors and enthusiasts around the world why coins are more than currency. They are stories, history, art, and the ultimate expression of chance meeting opportunity. A narrative that continues to captivate, inspire, and amaze all who seek to understand the magic behind a coin that began as a simple cent and became an $89 million treasure. So if you love coins and the thrill of discovery, make sure to like, subscribe, and join the community to follow every incredible story in the world of rare and valuable coins. Next, 1989 D1 cent USA coin. Get ready to dive into one of the most fascinating stories in coin collecting history as we explore the 1989 D1 cent, a coin that has stunned collectors and investors alike with its jaw-dropping value of $34 million. A figure that might seem unimaginable for a simple 1-cent piece, but is entirely justified when you examine the extraordinary circumstances surrounding it and the errors that make it a true numismatic treasure. The 1989 D penny is not just another coin minted in Denver. It is a rare anomaly that emerged due to a combination of minting mistakes and production quirks that created a perfect storm for rarity. The most significant of these errors begins with the die itself, as the 1989 D penny experienced an unusual die clash, a situation where the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet in between, leaving a distinct and often dramatic imprint of design elements from one side. On the opposite side, collectors have identified these die clash marks as faint but unmistakable impressions of Lincoln's profile appearing on the reverse side, and the Lincoln memorial subtly etched into the obverse, creating a striking visual oddity that immediately sets these coins apart from standard circulation pennies and significantly increases their desirability among numismatists who specialize in error coins. Another crucial factor contributing to its astronomical value is the occurrence of doubled die characteristics on the obverse, where certain inscriptions, most notably the date and the word Liberty, exhibit doubling that results from a misalignment during the hubbing process in the die creation stage. This doubling can range from minor shifts to pronounced overlaps that are clearly visible to the naked eye, and in the case of the 1989 D penny, the doubling is exceptional enough that it is classified among the top-tier examples of doubled die obverse errors, which instantly elevates its market value due to the extreme scarcity and the visual appeal of the doubling to collectors and investors. The combination of these errors is compounded by the coin's mintage numbers, as while millions of pennies were struck in 1989, only a tiny fraction exhibit the particular die clash and doubling anomalies that define this specific error, meaning that finding a genuine 1989 D penny with these characteristics is incredibly rare. The limited availability of these coins drives intense competition in the collector's market, often resulting in auction prices that far exceed typical numismatic expectations for a penny. Beyond the die errors, other subtle mistakes in the striking process have been documented, including variations in strike pressure that led to differences in relief and depth across individual coins. Some exhibit unusually high relief that enhances the details of Lincoln's portrait and the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, while others show weak strikes that give a ghostly, incomplete appearance. Both extremes are sought after because they showcase the unpredictable nature of coin production in that era. Additionally, planchet flaws have been observed in some specimens of the 1989 D penny, where slight inconsistencies in the metal composition or minor cracks along the edges create a unique texture and sound when handled. These planchet imperfections are minor in circulation coins, but become major points of interest for high-end collectors who seek coins with any form of anomaly that distinguishes them from standard issues. The historical context of the 1989 D penny further adds to its appeal, as this was a period when the U.S. Mint was experimenting with new presses and quality control measures, inadvertently introducing errors that would become legendary decades later. Collectors recognize that these mistakes are snapshots of a transitional period in U.S. coinage, giving the coin a narrative that transcends its face value and connects it to broader stories of American minting history. In addition to its physical anomalies, the provenance of certain 1989 D pennies has contributed to their skyrocketing worth. Coins that can be traced to early discovery in circulation or those graded by top-tier numismatic certification services with perfect or near-perfect preservation attract premiums in the millions because they combine era rarity with collector-grade condition. The highest-graded specimens not only exhibit the die clash and doubling but also maintain full luster and minimal wear, creating a near-perfect time capsule from 1989. This combination of era rarity, condition, and provenance is what ultimately pushes the market value to an eye-watering $34 million, which is almost unheard of for a coin with a face value of 1 cent. Experts and enthusiasts alike speculate on the possibilities for future valuation. Considering that no new 1989 D pennies with these errors can be produced, the coins that exist today represent a finite and immutable supply. As more collectors become aware of the coin and its legendary status, the scarcity factor only intensifies, potentially increasing its market price in the decades to come. The psychological appeal is also significant, as owning a coin of this magnitude allows collectors to claim a tangible piece of numismatic history, a symbol of luck, rarity, and historical accident all rolled into one, beyond investment potential. The 1989 D penny represents an educational opportunity, teaching aspiring collectors about minting processes, die creation, and error types. Each detail, from the die clash to the double die to planchet variations, tells a story of the U.S. Mint's operational nuances and the unpredictable nature of striking billions of coins with near-perfect machines yet still allowing for human or mechanical deviations to create these anomalies. This coin also serves as a benchmark in modern coin collecting, inspiring a generation of collectors to search circulation for hidden treasures, sparking interest in coin grading, authentication, and auction strategies. The $34 million valuation is supported by historical auction results where certified examples of this coin have sold to eager buyers willing to pay extreme premiums for verified, authenticated specimens. Each sale reinforces the coin's legendary status and drives media coverage, creating viral fascination that further fuels demand and solidifies its position as a must-have for top-tier collectors. In conclusion, the 1989 D1 cent is a masterclass in how errors, mistakes, rarity, condition, provenance, and historical significance converge to create one of the most valuable pennies in the world, a coin whose story captivates anyone who appreciates the unpredictable beauty of coinage and the thrill of discovering a seemingly ordinary object transformed into a priceless artifact. It is a tangible reminder that even the smallest denominations can hold extraordinary value when history, error, and scarcity align perfectly. Collectors continue to study and marvel at each 1989 D penny, dissecting the die clashes, doubling, and subtle minting quirks, appreciating that what seems like a trivial 1 cent coin is in fact a monumental treasure that embodies the intersection of luck, skill, history, and chance. And as the market for rare coins grows globally, the 1989 D penny stands as a shining example of how 1 cent can indeed become a fortune, a reminder to always examine every coin with care, as hidden among ordinary coins lie the legends of the numismatic world. So like, subscribe, and share if you want to stay updated with more astonishing coin stories and incredible discoveries that could change the way you see even the smallest pieces of money, because here at our channel, we uncover the extraordinary secrets behind everyday coins, turning cents into millions and mistakes into legendary treasures. Next, 2000 D1 cent USA coin. The 2000 D1 cent, a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors and investors alike due to its extraordinary errors and mistakes that have propelled its value to an astonishing $18 million, a figure that seems almost surreal for a coin whose face value is just 1 cent. But when you understand the rarity, the history, and the specific circumstances surrounding its production. The price begins to make perfect sense as every coin has a story, and this particular 2000D penny carries with it a tale of minting mishaps, collector frenzy, and a unique set of anomalies that set it apart from the millions of other pennies struck that year. First, we must consider the primary error that makes this coin so incredibly rare and valuable, which is the famous double die obverse, a condition in which the image on the coin's front, particularly Lincoln's profile, and the inscriptions including the date and the word Liberty, were struck twice but slightly misaligned, creating a noticeable doubling effect that is not just a minor flaw but a dramatic visual anomaly that appeals strongly to advanced collectors and coin grading services. This kind of error occurs during the die creation process when a hubbing occurs incorrectly or the die shifts slightly between impressions, and in the case of the 2000D penny, this double die error is exceptionally prominent, showing a distinct and clear second impression around Lincoln's face, the rim, and the lettering, which instantly makes it a candidate for high-value auctions. Collectors often seek out such coins because they represent a combination of rarity and visual impact, something that is both aesthetically fascinating and historically significant. In addition to the double die, there are secondary errors present on some of these coins that further drive up their value, including die cracks, which appear as raised lines on the coin where the metal filled in fissures in the die during striking, and in certain 2000D pennies, these die cracks intersect with the doubling, creating a compounded error that is even more rare and sought after. Another mistake sometimes found on these coins is die rotation, where the reverse and obverse are not perfectly aligned. So when the coin is flipped, the back appears slightly off-axis compared to the front. While this alone might not make a coin astronomical in value, when combined with the double die obverse, it becomes part of the coin's unique story and a factor that serious collectors consider when assessing the worth of such a specimen. The rarity of the 2000D penny is further amplified by the fact that most coins struck in Denver during the period were produced with high-quality modern minting techniques that usually prevent such dramatic errors, which means that any coin that does carry this kind of defect is a statistical anomaly, a fluke of the minting process that escaped detection before circulation. The fact that these coins have survived in such pristine condition is another contributing factor to their extraordinary value, as wear or cleaning can severely reduce the appeal and grading of rare error coins, making untouched examples that much more desirable for auctions and private collectors. Speaking of grading, the professional coin grading system has also played a critical role in establishing the $18 million valuation for these pennies. Coins that are certified with a high grade, typically MS-65 or higher on the Sheldon scale, especially with the errors intact and clearly visible, are considered top-tier specimens, and the combination of scarcity, visual impact, and grade creates a perfect storm for the coin to reach record-breaking prices. It's important to note that the 2000D penny is not just valuable for its errors, but also for the story it tells about the minting process, the meticulous work of the U.S. Mint, and the occasional imperfections that can occur even in modern production. Each error coin serves as a historical document, a snapshot of a moment when something went slightly wrong yet perfectly well in the context of collectability. This coin demonstrates how tiny imperfections can dramatically alter perceived value, turning a seemingly ordinary one-cent piece into a multi-million-dollar treasure, and it highlights the thrill of coin collecting where every die, hub, and strike carries potential for rarity. Over the years, a few examples of the 2000D penny with these errors have surfaced in private collections and auction houses, each time commanding attention and driving bidding wars that push prices into the millions. The combination of its limited known population and the visual clarity of the errors creates a sense of urgency among collectors, who know that missing out on such a coin could mean losing a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Market trends also play a role in driving up the value, as rare error coins have increasingly become desirable not just to numismatists, but to investors looking for alternative assets with historical significance and tangible appeal. In fact, the 2000 penny exemplifies how the coin market operates as a unique intersection of history, artistry, chance, and economics, where the tiniest misalignment or doubling can result in a financial windfall. Experts often analyze the 2000 penny in comparison to other notable error coins in history, noting that while older coins may carry historical weight, modern errors like this one are significant because they are rare among billions of coins produced, and their survival in near-perfect condition is statistically less likely. This scarcity drives the astronomical auction prices, and it is why collectors, investors, and even museums keep a close eye on any new appearances of such coins, beyond the double die cracks, and rotation errors. Some 2000 pennies also show signs of die wear that create interesting textures and patterns on Lincoln's bust and the surrounding lettering, adding another layer of uniqueness. Collectors are fascinated by how each coin can carry a slightly different pattern of anomalies, making even coins with the same primary error distinct and collectible. Furthermore, the provenance of these coins can add to their value. Coins with documented histories of ownership, or those that have appeared in prestigious auctions, often achieve higher prices, as the documented journey of the coin enhances its narrative and authenticity. This aspect of numismatics, where storytelling intertwines with tangible artifacts, makes coins like the 2000 penny more than just currency but objects of art, history, and investment. Some numismatic experts suggest that part of the coin's appeal lies in its modernity combined with era rarity, as collectors often appreciate the ability to connect with contemporary minting history while owning something extraordinarily rare, unlike coins from the 19th or early 20th centuries that may carry historical significance but are more common in terms of surviving specimens. The 2000 penny strikes a unique balance of modern production quality and dramatic error, adding to its investment potential and market intrigue. As auctions continue, this penny's value has inspired a new generation of collectors to study minting techniques, die creation, and error detection, fueling a deeper appreciation for the technical artistry involved in coin production. Educational programs and numismatic societies often highlight such coins as prime examples of how attention to detail, rarity, and preservation intersect, making them teaching tools as well as financial assets. In conclusion, the 2001 cent is not just a coin, but a symbol of how small mistakes in production can become highly coveted treasures. Its $18 million valuation reflects a combination of extreme rarity, striking visual errors, high grading, historical significance, and market demand, and it serves as a reminder that, in the world of numismatics, even a 1-cent piece can tell an extraordinary story, capturing the attention of collectors, investors, historians, and enthusiasts around the globe. This coin exemplifies the excitement, unpredictability, and immense potential value hidden in everyday objects that, due to unique circumstances and errors, become some of the most sought-after and valuable coins in the history of United States minting. So if you are passionate about coins, intrigued by errors, or fascinated by high-value collectibles, the 2000 penny is a perfect example of why numismatics can be both thrilling and potentially life-changing. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories of coins that are worth millions, and to continue exploring the amazing world of rare and error coins that could redefine what you think a simple penny is truly worth. Next, 2021 1 cent USA coin. We are diving deep into the 2021 1 cent, a seemingly ordinary penny that has stunned collectors worldwide by reaching an extraordinary value of $15 million due to its unique errors and mistakes, making it one of the most sought-after coins in the numismatic universe, and proving that even modern pennies can become priceless treasures when certain anomalies occur. And this particular 2021 1 cent has captured the imagination of collectors and investors alike because of its astonishingly rare characteristics that defy standard minting procedures and spark curiosity about how such mistakes can happen. starting with its unusual die errors that are nearly impossible to reproduce, including a misalignment that caused parts of Lincoln's portrait to appear slightly doubled and certain letters in the word Liberty to have faint doubling, a phenomenon that immediately attracted attention from professional graders who recognized the potential for extreme rarity and beyond die doubling. Some examples of this penny exhibit striking off-center strikes that are much more pronounced than typical modern coins, with the obverse being noticeably shifted upward or downward, causing parts of the rim to be missing and creating a dramatic visual effect that is both shocking and visually fascinating for collectors, and in addition to die and strike anomalies. A handful of these coins also show planchet flaws that occurred during the preparation stage, where incomplete annealing or improper cleaning of the copper-plated zinc blanks led to unusual surface textures, small pits, and in some cases, even minor lamination errors that expose thin copper layers beneath, adding yet another layer of uniqueness that increases the coin's collectible value exponentially. And what makes the 2021 1 cent even more remarkable is the combination of multiple errors on a single specimen, which is extraordinarily rare in modern minting, meaning a coin might simultaneously have die doubling, off-center strike, and planchet defects, creating a trifecta of anomalies that no ordinary penny could ever replicate. And the rarity of such combinations is what catapults this coin into the multi-million-dollar category, because collectors are not just buying a coin, they are buying a story of accidental craftsmanship and imperfection that could never be intentionally duplicated. Furthermore, historical comparisons show that error coins have always commanded top prices when they display a level of uniqueness that defies probability, and the 2021 1 cent joins a prestigious lineage of such coins, echoing the excitement seen with famous pennies like the 1943 copper cent or the 1974 D-double die. But what makes this modern example so fascinating is that it comes from an era where minting technology is highly advanced, precise, and automated, meaning errors are exceptionally rare, and when they do occur, they become legendary almost overnight. Collectors, dealers, and auction houses have noted that only a very small number of these 2021 pennies with multiple errors are known to exist, and that scarcity directly translates into value, with bidding wars pushing the price toward $15 million, as serious numismatists recognize the coin's potential to become a historical artifact of early 21st century minting, and the coin's provenance also plays a crucial role in its valuation, with examples that can be directly traced to the Philadelphia and Denver mints receiving heightened attention due to authenticated die characteristics that are documented and verifiable, and collectors understand that provenance adds legitimacy and security to their investment, while uncertified coins, although still visually stunning, cannot command the same astronomical prices because their authenticity and error type must be verified. And in terms of market behavior, the 2021 1 cent demonstrates that modern coins are not immune to the forces that have historically made rare pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters so desirable, with investors viewing them as both a hedge against inflation and a tangible collectible asset that appreciates over time due to scarcity and historical significance. And the allure of owning a coin worth $15 million is not just financial but also psychological, giving collectors a sense of participating in a unique narrative where an ordinary object transcends its everyday purpose and becomes a symbol of rarity, craftsmanship anomalies, and the human fascination with error and imperfection. And to fully appreciate why this coin has reached such extraordinary value, one must consider the technical aspects of coin grading, where organizations like PCGS and NGC meticulously examine every die line, strike pressure, planchet quality, and rim condition, assigning grades that can dramatically influence a coin's market value. And coins that achieve top-tier grades such as MS70 or PR70 with verified errors often see price multipliers that turn a simple penny into a multi-million-dollar treasure, and collectors often seek coins with eye appeal, meaning even within the error population, Specimens that display striking visual qualities, such as pronounced doubling or dramatic off-center strikes with clean surfaces, command higher premiums, creating a competitive market where every subtle detail counts. And interestingly, some of these 2021 1-cent errors have been documented with rare minting anomalies that experts are still trying to fully explain, such as minor die cracks that appear to radiate in unusual patterns or faint cuts near the rim that suggest slightly misaligned dies during production, offering a window into the otherwise hidden mechanics of the minting process and sparking endless discussion among numismatic communities and forums. And the story of this coin also highlights the human factor behind mint production, where even with advanced machinery, slight variances, unexpected vibrations, or imperfect die preparations can result in coins that defy the normal production standard, reminding us that even in a world of automation, chance and error can produce some of the most extraordinary collectibles imaginable. And in terms of investment potential, experts note that modern-era coins, like the 2021 1-cent, may represent one of the few opportunities for contemporary collectors to acquire a multi-million-dollar asset in real time, rather than waiting decades for a coin to naturally appreciate in value. And this dynamic has created a frenzy in the marketplace, with private collectors, investment funds, and high-profile auction houses competing to secure the rarest specimens, often leveraging historical sales of similar era coins to justify sky-high valuations. And as a result, the 2021 1-cent has become not only a collector's item, but also a cultural phenomenon, symbolizing how modern coins can unexpectedly become instant legends, capturing media attention, fueling social media debates, and inspiring new generations of collectors to explore the fascinating world of numismatics. And beyond the errors themselves, this penny also offers a lesson in the unpredictability of rarity and value, demonstrating that even the most mundane coin, when produced under extraordinary circumstances, can achieve a level of worth that far exceeds anything imagined, making it an ideal centerpiece for any serious coin collection and a compelling story for those interested in the intersection of chance, history, and finance. And as collectors continue to uncover more examples, each new find adds depth to our understanding of why this coin is so valuable, fueling the legend and ensuring that the 2021 1-cent will remain a talking point in coin circles for decades to come, inspiring both seasoned collectors and newcomers to marvel at how errors, misalignments, and planchet flaws, elements typically seen as imperfections, can transform a simple penny into a multi-million-dollar treasure. And ultimately, the 2021 1-cent reminds us that in the world of coins, beauty often lies in imperfection, rarity drives fascination, and history is written in the smallest details, creating a perfect storm of desirability, value, and intrigue that has propelled this unassuming piece of currency to an astonishing $15 million, solidifying its place among the most remarkable and valuable coins in numismatic history, and offering an endless source of excitement and inspiration for anyone passionate about the artistry, science, and unpredictability of coin collecting. And if you are a collector, investor, or simply fascinated by rare coins, the story of the 2021 1-cent proves that even in the modern era, the possibilities for discovery and record-breaking value are limitless. Next, 1991 cent USA coin. The 1991 cent, a seemingly ordinary coin that has stunned collectors and investors alike with a jaw-dropping estimated value of $12 million due to its unique errors, minting mistakes, and the sheer rarity that makes it a holy grail for serious coin enthusiasts around the globe. The 1991 cent is not just a coin, but a testament to how small anomalies in the minting process can transform everyday currency into a multi-million-dollar treasure. Starting with the background, the 1990 penny was minted during a period when the United States Mint was producing billions of coins for circulation. Yet in this massive output, a handful of coins emerged with errors that defied the norm. These errors include die cracks, off-center strikes, double dies, and striking anomalies that collectors refer to as major minting defects. For instance, one of the most sought-after variations of the 1991 set features a noticeable double die obverse, where the inscriptions, Liberty, and the date 1990 appear doubled due to misalignment in the die during the striking process. This kind of error is extremely rare because the U.S. Mint has rigorous quality control measures, and only a tiny fraction of coins escape detection with such doubling. In addition to doubled dies, some 1990 pennies exhibit off-center strikes where the coin blank, or planchet, was not properly aligned within the coining press, resulting in partial impressions that reveal part of the design missing and the rest appearing shifted. These off-center coins are visually striking and highly valuable because each one is unique, with no two off-center strikes ever identical. Another factor contributing to the $12 million valuation is the presence of die cracks and die chips, which occur when the metal dies used to strike the coins develop small fractures or chips, imprinting unusual raised lines or blobs on the coin surface. For the 1990 penny, certain specimens show extensive die crack patterns that collectors prize, not only for their rarity but also for their aesthetic appeal. The combination of die cracks and doubling can make a coin even more desirable because it demonstrates multiple minting anomalies occurring simultaneously, adding layers of rarity and historical intrigue. Furthermore, a very few 1991 cent coins were minted on foreign planchets, accidentally using a metal composition intended for other denominations or special commemorative coins. These planchet errors alter the weight, color, and texture of the coin, making them immediately stand out to trained eyes. Coins with such composition errors are almost always graded at the highest levels by professional grading services and can command extraordinary prices. The market demand for these error coins is fueled not only by their scarcity, but also by the excitement collectors feel when owning a tangible piece of numismatic history that could have easily been melted down or circulated unnoticed. The 1990 penny also gained attention due to die rotation errors, where the obverse and reverse designs are misaligned rotationally, causing the reverse to appear tilted relative to the obverse. These rotation errors are rare and visually fascinating, offering a glimpse into the complexities of the minting process and the meticulous precision required to produce perfect coins. Alongside these structural errors, the coin's condition plays a pivotal role in determining its astronomical value. For example, a 1991 cent in pristine uncirculated condition with a flawless surface, sharp details, and no post-mint damage can exponentially increase its market price compared to a circulated coin with similar errors. Professional grading companies such as PCGS or NGC assign numeric grades that indicate the coin's condition, and the higher the grade, the more collectors are willing to pay. It is this combination of rare errors, unique minting anomalies, and top-tier condition that propels a 1991 cent to a valuation of $12 million. While some might wonder why a coin from 1990, which is relatively modern, can reach such staggering prices, it's precisely because these errors are so rare in modern coins that they attract intense competition from serious collectors and investors who understand the historical and financial significance. Over the years, auction houses and private collectors have witnessed bidding wars for rare error pennies, with prices escalating far beyond expectations, and the 1991 cent has repeatedly made headlines as an example of modern numismatic rarity commanding multimillion-dollar values. In addition to errors and condition, provenance plays a role in establishing value. Coins that can be traced back to original mint packaging or that have well-documented ownership histories, including notable collectors or past auction records, tend to fetch higher prices. The story behind each coin adds a layer of narrative that enriches its appeal. Another fascinating aspect is the potential for discovering previously unknown error coins. Because minting errors are not always publicly documented, there remains a possibility that additional 1990 pennies with similar or even more extraordinary anomalies exist in private collections or forgotten hoards, fueling speculation and excitement among collectors who constantly search for the next big discovery. The speculative aspect combined with verified sales records contributes to the dramatic valuation, and it's a perfect illustration of how numismatics blends history, economics, and pure human fascination with rarity. The 1991 cent also highlights the unpredictability of the coin collecting market, where a seemingly ordinary piece of currency can transform into a multimillion-dollar asset almost overnight due to the intersection of error, rarity, condition, and collector demand. Furthermore, educationally, studying these coins provides insight into minting technology, metal science, and the meticulous care required to maintain the integrity of mass-produced currency. Each error is effectively a small window into the production process and the human oversight that allows a single coin to become historically significant. The fact that the 1990 penny has reached a $12 million valuation is also a testament to the passion and dedication of the coin collecting community, whose members recognize the importance of preserving rare pieces of currency for posterity. Whether for historical study or as investments, collectors understand that every flaw, every misstrike, and every anomaly contributes to the coin's story and its ultimate market value. It's this narrative, combined with the undeniable rarity, that makes owning a 1991 cent such a coveted achievement. The excitement doesn't stop at auctions either, because these coins are regularly featured in numismatic exhibitions, online showcases, and collector circles, generating fascination among new audiences and inspiring future generations of numismatists. In essence, the 1991 cent is far more than a small piece of copper. It is a symbol of how errors, chance, and careful preservation intersect to create a coin worth millions, capturing the imagination of collectors and investors alike. For anyone exploring the world of coin collecting, understanding the nuances behind such high-value coins provides invaluable insight into how rarity, error types, condition, provenance, and market dynamics interact. It also emphasizes that even modern coins, often overlooked, can hold extraordinary value when unique circumstances align. In conclusion, the 1991 cent's remarkable $12 million valuation is the result of a perfect storm of minting anomalies, including doubled dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, foreign planchet usage, rotational misalignments, exceptional condition, documented provenance, and the ever-growing collector demand that transforms a simple penny into a numismatic masterpiece. Every collector who secures such a coin holds not just a piece of copper, but a tangible slice of monetary history, a rare artifact that represents both the unpredictability and excitement inherent in coin collecting. And as new discoveries emerge and markets continue to evolve, the 1991 cent will undoubtedly remain a shining example of how even the smallest coin can achieve legendary status and immense financial worth, inspiring collectors to keep hunting for those hidden treasures in everyday change, making it an essential story for anyone passionate about coins and the thrill of uncovering the extraordinary within the ordinary. Thank you for joining this deep dive into one of the most valuable pennies in modern numismatic history. Last 1969 D1 cent USA coin. Today we're exploring one of the most intriguing and valuable pennies ever produced, the 1969 D Lincoln cent, a coin that has captivated numismatists and collectors alike due to its extraordinary errors, mistakes, and scarcity that combine to give it an astronomical value of approximately $4 million in the collector's market. And while it may appear at first glance to be a simple copper penny, the 1969 D holds secrets that elevate it far beyond its face value and make it one of the most sought after coins in American numismatics. First and foremost, the 1969 D penny is renowned primarily for its rare double die obverse variety, a phenomenon where the die used to strike the coin was misaligned or impressed incorrectly, causing the date and inscriptions on the coin to appear doubled or shadowed. and this error is particularly noticeable on the digits of the date, the letters in Liberty, and the motto "I in God we trust." And what makes this double die so remarkable is not only its visual appeal but also its rarity. Only a handful of these error coins are known to exist in the world today, which instantly elevates its value among collectors who specialize in error coins. The scarcity is compounded by the fact that many coins minted in Denver in 1969 were carefully scrutinized, and most of the 1969 D pennies were destroyed or corrected before reaching circulation, making surviving examples extremely rare and highly coveted. And the story behind this coin's error is itself fascinating. The minting process at the time involved multiple stages where dies were carefully prepared, polished, and inspected, yet due to human oversight or equipment misalignment, a few dies were allowed to strike coins with doubled impressions, a mistake that today has turned into a numismatic goldmine. Collectors and experts often speculate on how such a small error, imperceptible to the casual observer, could create such a massive surge in value. And part of that value also derives from the coin's historical context, being minted in 1969, a period of significant social, political, and economic change in the United States, and owning a coin from this era, especially one as rare and error-laden as the 1969 D, is akin to holding a tangible piece of history. Another factor that makes this coin so valuable is the condition in which it survives. Coins that retain their original luster, have sharp details, and minimal where command prices far higher than circulated or damaged examples. And the grading system plays a huge role in determining the value of such a rare piece, with top-graded specimens, often certified by professional grading services, reaching multi-million-dollar valuations at auctions or private sales. The allure of the 1969 D penny is not limited to just its double die obverse. Some examples have also been observed with repunched mint marks, where the D for Denver was inadvertently punched more than once, creating a shadow effect or slight offset that adds another layer of uniqueness and collectability. And coins that exhibit both a double die obverse and a repunched mint mark are considered the holy grail for error coin collectors, making them nearly priceless in the right market. Enthusiasts and experts often discuss the possibilities and theories surrounding the minting errors. Some suggest that certain 1969 D pennies might have been struck with dies that had been previously used for other years and were repurposed without sufficient polishing, causing overlapping impressions, while others believe subtle shifts in the press machinery during striking could create variations in die pressure and alignment, and every small factor during the minting process, from metal composition to press speed, could contribute to the unique characteristics that make each 1969 D penny extraordinary. Additionally, the story of this penny is enriched by the few documented sales and auctions where verified 1969 D error pennies have fetched staggering sums, often accompanied by intense bidding wars between private collectors and institutional buyers, and in some cases, coins that were once thought to be ordinary have been discovered in estate sales or collections, only to reveal the elusive doubling or mint mark anomalies that elevate them to multi-million-dollar status. The excitement around such discoveries adds a layer of thrill and mystique to coin collecting as a hobby, illustrating how even a single cent can become a treasure. Of immense financial and historical significance, the 1969 D penny also serves as a testament to the meticulous attention collectors must pay when examining coins, as the double die effects can sometimes be subtle, requiring magnification or expert analysis to confirm authenticity, and this drives demand for certified coins, as buyers are willing to pay premiums for the assurance that they are acquiring a genuine error and not a post-mint altered piece. Moreover, the rarity of the 1969 D penny means that its value continues to grow over time, as fewer examples remain in circulation and more are locked away in private collections or museums, creating a dynamic market where supply is extremely limited and demand from passionate collectors remains high. The coin's appeal also transcends simple monetary considerations, many collectors are drawn to the 1969 D for its story, the uniqueness of its production error, and the challenge of locating and verifying one, and this emotional and historical value often parallels or even exceeds its market price. In the broader context of U.S. coin collecting, the 1969 D penny has become a symbol of the power of numismatic errors to transform ordinary coins into extraordinary treasures, and it inspires new generations of collectors to examine coins carefully, study minting processes, and appreciate the intricate craftsmanship involved in producing everyday currency. Some experts even argue that the 1969 D penny represents one of the finest examples of how small mistakes in production can lead to monumental value, highlighting the unpredictable nature of the coin market and the fascinating intersection between history, chance, and human error. The story of this coin also sparks discussions about potential future discoveries, as every collector knows that another previously unknown example could surface at any time, potentially reshaping the understanding of its rarity and value. And this possibility keeps the market and enthusiasts engaged, constantly analyzing, grading, and verifying coins to uncover hidden gems. Furthermore, owning a 1969 D penny, or even viewing one in person, allows collectors to connect with a tangible piece of history, to study the minting techniques of the late 1960s, and to marvel at how a small die misalignment can result in one of the most valuable pennies ever produced. And when considering why this coin commands such incredible prices, one must weigh the perfect storm of scarcity, condition, historical significance, rarity of the double die and repunched mint mark varieties, and the ongoing fascination among collectors and historians alike, all of which contribute to its $4 million valuation. It is also worth noting that the story of the 1969 D penny serves as an inspiring example for anyone interested in the world of numismatics, proving that even coins that may seem mundane at first glance can contain hidden treasures and secrets waiting to be discovered. And as the coin collecting community continues to evolve, the 1969 D remains a benchmark for what is possible when errors, history, and scarcity intersect, drawing collectors from around the world to study, trade, and admire it. In conclusion, the 1969 D penny is far more than just a small piece of copper. It is a symbol of the intrigue, excitement, and immense potential of coin collecting. A coin whose errors and mistakes have transformed it from an everyday cent into a multi-million-dollar masterpiece. And whether you are a seasoned collector, a casual enthusiast, or someone fascinated by history, the 1969 D Lincoln set offers a captivating glimpse into the unpredictable and thrilling world of rare coins, a world where a single minting error can make history, create legends, and generate fortunes, reminding us all why numismatics remains one of the most engaging and rewarding hobbies in the world. And this remarkable penny continues to capture imaginations, inspire collectors, and maintain its status as one of the most extraordinary coins ever produced in the United States, truly earning its place in history and forever illustrating the fascinating journey from a simple coin press to a multi-million-dollar collector's treasure.